Beyond the Badge, Female Voices in Corrections. I'm your host, Dalia Veronica. Today's guest is someone whose experience carries real weight. She has walked some of the toughest corridors in this profession. Rikers Island, one of the most challenging and dangerous jails in the systems of this country. She's a veteran in this field, a woman who has seen the job at its hardest, stayed committed, and still leads with strength, resilience, and heart. I'm honored to have her here with me today to share what she's learned, what shaped her, and what keeps her going. So please join me in welcoming Miss Thompson. Come on over.
How you
Hi,
doing?
I'm well. Thank you. Yes,
Thank
ma'am.
you.
Have a seat. Thank you for joining us today.
You're
So
welcome.
let's begin. At the beginning, what originally led you into a career in corrections?
It wasn't my plan, but I needed a city job. And living in New York, a city job is the best job to have.
I've heard that before. I have a cousin that actually worked in Rikers Island. I don't know if she worked around the same time you did, but she said, boy, it is the best job in the city, like a city job, yes.
Yes, benefits and everything. And you go in at an early age and you retire with a full pension, 20 years. But before I got there, it was 25 years.
Oh, wow.
But then they lessened it to 20 years.
Okay.
So if you go in at 25 and retire with a full pension at 45, what more can you ask for?
Wow. That is awesome. So, is a corrections officer something that you said, I want to be a corrections officer?
No, ma'am. Never in my wildest. Nobody in my family really came from law enforcement.
Oh, is that
Nobody.
so?
Yes, my dad and them did school security, which
Okay.
later on fell up under like police, but
Yes.
no.
Wow.
So no, I didn't say, oh, I'm gonna wake up and be a correction officer. No. But having any city job, once again,
Yes.
it pays. I apply for everything. Anything that the city offered, I apply for. And I was like, whichever come first, I'm taking.
Okay.
And that's what I did.
Wow. So at what age did you actually start working in corrections?
25.
25. Wow. That is awesome.
Yes.
That is awesome. So when you first started working in such a high intensity field, what was the biggest shock or adjustment to you?
The biggest shock was just seeing so many of our people behind the walls. And it was an adjustment because you're so used to seeing like them out on the street, to see them inside is different. Like it's a whole different beast.
Okay.
And you have just different genders. You have like lawyers. You have so many people locked up in a cage.
Yes.
Basically, that's what it is. And I had to get adjusted to the long hours. Like you think you're going home and you're not going home. So you go in from 8 hours to 16 hours. And on your first day and your last day, it's mandatory. So at that time, I had little ones.
Oh, wow.
So you just got to have a good support system.
Yes.
As far as like whoever it is, whether it's your family or close friends, but it has to be somebody that you could trust to leave your kids with.
So how did that make you feel knowing that, dang, I'm supposed to get off now and I have to stay over?
After a while, it hurts you, but then you get accustomed to it. But then when you start seeing them checks, it's something totally different. But it was hard at first because my son was little.
Okay.
Like 1. So you missing a lot of things.
Yes.
Like I missed my son's first steps. I missed so much because he was young and I was at work.
Okay.
But my mom was my everything. My mom, my aunt, my uncles. Like I had a big support system. So that which helped me a lot. To some people don't have a support system.
Absolutely.
So they're leaving their kids with whoever. And that was a big part, the adjustment.
Absolutely.
But I adjust.
Well, thank you for that. That really made me understand your point of view. You've worked in 2 very different correctional settings. What would you say is the biggest difference between the environment you came from and the environment you're in now?
The big difference is when I worked on Rikers Island, you worked with 3 people, 2 to 3 people in a unit.
In a unit, okay.
with 100 people. Now where I'm at, I'm in a unit by myself with 70 to 100 people. And that's a big difference
Yeah.
because you have to stay focused. You have to still get them out the court. You still have to do a feeding. We
Yes.
do an in-house feeding. So when I worked on Rikers Island, we took them out the
Okay.
unit to go eat. Only units ate in was our special units.
Okay.
But that's a lot. You still got to do a feeding and still watch what's going on around you.
Yes.
And that's hard. That's hard.
And most people from the outside looking in, they don't see that. They don't really understand what it is that we as correctional officers go through. They just think that, oh, like some of us are being so rude and we're just using our badge of authority to act out in a certain way.
Yes. You get that a lot too.
Yes.
But the inmates know who's there for them.
Yes.
And they know who's there against them. They know who's using their authority.
Yes.
And they know who's there really to do a job. And the job is care, custody, and control.
That's right.
And staying consistent. If you could do those, you'll be good.
Yes.
You'll be good. But as women, it's hard because they're in there talking about our bodies.
Yes.
Whether you're big, you're little, whether you're ugly, you're beautiful, they in there and they use every advantage to throw you off. To throw you off.
Yes.
And that's a problem.
It is. And I tell my new hires, especially the females that come into this profession, you have got to have thick skin working in this career.
Very thick skin. They're gonna call you everything but a child of God. Like if you giving them what they want, as far as what they supposed to have,
absolutely.
In the day that they can't get it, or the day they had a bad phone call or whatever, you a B. You're ugly. But I was just nice the other day. You like me. If you not giving them what they want, you still a B. So you have to have tough skin.
Yes.
And be able to go with the blows.
Yes, absolutely. So in your earlier facility, things were intense and unpredictable. How has the level of safety or day-to-day stress changed from you being there and now?
There it was stressful, but you had a whole system. You had backup, like our uniforms. Like if we had staff proof vests to wear the facility I'm at now, just got it recently. We had OC on us. We also had a body alarm. So we were pressed and it will alarm the control room that we needed assistance. Where I'm at now, you literally have to call to let them know that you need assistance. Which if somebody got me and I can't use nothing, that's hard.
Yes.
It's hard.
Yes. So back then you guys had, so it wasn't your radios that sent the...
No.
Oh, wow.
No. You have radios, certain posts that, but when you was in the housing unit,
yes,
it was 3 officers. It was a bubble officer and 2 of the floor officers. And you had a body alarm.
Wow.
So I could be in distress.
Yes.
And press my body alarm, which my officers probably couldn't see or whatever. Or just prime example, it was a fight in there and I couldn't stop the fight. I would press my body alarm. It will go to the control room. The control room will then call the post and say, what's the problem? And by then, the officer will be like, well, we need assistance. It's a fight. But by then, they're already down.
Wow.
So where now, all I have is a radio. And that's that. So you have to call in and tell them that you need assistance.
Okay.
And at the same time, if it's a fight, you're trying to lock the people who don't want to be involved in the fight and still watch who's doing what.
Exactly.
And you're only one person.
Yes. Absolutely.
And for some of our people who aren't certified yet, go in there with no OC.
Yes.
So they can't do anything but wait on help.
So let me ask you this. Before you actually started into the jail at Rikers Island, were you sent to the academy first?
They send you to the academy first.
Okay.
They send you to the academy, which is so crazy. It's a funny story because they literally call you, tell you you pass your background and everything, and do you want the job? And you go in there and you say yes. You say yes. So they get you in there, and you're in there with people from all over your boroughs or whatever. and they tell you that you hired and you need to purchase your own uniform. So to purchase, and they give you a list of everything you need to purchase.
Okay.
You have to purchase your recruit uniform alongside with your work uniform.
Wow.
I mean, they give you some time, but they'll tell you like on a Wednesday and that Saturday, you have to go in there and try to get all your stuff that you could get. Mind you, if it's a class of 70 people, 70 people is at that store trying to get everything. Then you have to have it tailored and
Yes.
everything in order to be ready for Monday.
Wow.
So it's a good thing to where down here, they let you work
Yes.
and then send you to the academy within a year.
Yes.
And it's so hard
Wow.
because by then you're working, people like, oh, I don't like this. In the first 2 weeks.
Yes. Yes.
So you thinking you having, say, 8 people, now you put them in there, now they don't want to.
No, they don't. Exactly.
So I think if they let the people invest in themselves as far as paying for the uniforms and
Yes.
stuff like that at first, then they'll be like, well, I didn't pay for this uniform. I'm
I'm
going to
gonna
stick it
stay.
out.
Yes,
I'm going to stick it
absolutely.
out.
Absolutely. Yeah, that's an eye opener because I did not know. And see, at our
Yes.
facility, yeah, we provide the uniforms.
Yeah.
We give the, the boots, we give everything.
Everything except for
Other
the
than underwear.
underclothes. Exactly.
Yes.
So I started like, I want to say on a Wednesday, so many years ago. And that Saturday we had to go in your class A, you have to put a deposit on that
Wow.
because your class A is tailored to your
Yes.
body.
Yes.
So from Wednesday to Saturday, it's like you need $1,500 right then and there. So that's going to tell you if you're going to do it or you're not because you're
Yes.
investing. And by the time you graduate, you have to have the full uniform, paid in full.
Ah.
Yes.
Thank you for letting me know. Wow, I did not know that. I did
Yes.
not know that. Okay. So, when you think about the officer you were back then versus the officer you are now, what's the biggest change within you?
I don't really say it was a big change. I mean, you get older and you get more experience.
Yes.
But I went in there back then with the same thing, care, custody, and control, and staying consistent.
Yes.
And I followed that with me. Care, custody, control, and stay consistent. So it's not a big difference. The only difference is the inmates that we deal with now.
Yes.
Back then, it was straight up hardcore criminals. Not to say that we don't have them now, but a lot of the inmates that we watch now are more mental health.
Yes. Absolutely.
Mental health. So now they teach you. So when I worked on Rikers Island, they taught you like how to really, really deal with them in the academy.
Okay.
And now you come here and they put you in there. And if you don't have training,
Right.
you really don't know.
You don't.
Is he really mental health or is he playing a part? Like, and then that's when your safety comes
Yes.
in a big part.
Yes.
Because for somebody with mental health who really not understanding, you have people in there don't even know why they locked up.
Right.
And they're mad, they angry. So if you don't know how to deal with them on a mental health, then your safety is in jeopardy.
Yes. So I had an incident just the other day. He was an older gentleman, and he asked me, why he was still there. He was like, "I'm only here for a contempt of court. Why am I still here?" And he does have some mental health issues. And I explained to him that, hey, I can't give you that information. I don't know, but the best advice that I can give you is write to records. He was like, my attorney's telling me that I should be out of here and I'm supposed to have court and nobody's doing anything about it. And then he started getting angry. So he stood up from his seat. And then all the other inmates were like, whoa, 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 whoa. Don't yell at her. Don't. And I'm like, it's okay. It's okay.
And that's the same inmate. Not only do he have mental health issues, if it's the one that I think you're talking about, he's an older dude, right?
Yes. Yes, ma'am.
He has, I believe, a form of autism. I mean, not autism. What is that? Dementia.
Ah.
He has a form of dementia.
And
Because he's in the cell at nighttime and he like, come on, open the door so I could go to the store to get my 40. I need my liquor and stuff like. So he has dementia too. Like sometimes he'll wake up and like, where am I at?
Wow.
So if you don't really know that,
Exactly. And see, I just stayed calm and collective. I wasn't gonna get up there with him because I know that he didn't know what he was doing.
right.
So the only thing we did was we escorted him back into the cell, secured the cell door, and then,
And
the
now he's
officer.
stuck in there because now you kind of afraid to let him out because you don't know what he's going to do to you, and now you don't know what the inmate's going to do to
To
him.
him, yeah. So yeah, so I just, went back and talked to him. I said, listen, someone is going to get back with you regarding your court case, but we don't have any information on why it was changed. You might have to write to your attorney, but because he's older, he's elderly, he doesn't know how to access the tablet. Like he gets so frustrated trying to
Exactly.
use this tablet.
And everybody's not there to help.
Exactly. Working in that kind of environment teaches you fast. What's something you learned back then that you still carry with you now?
That you also want to, the way you come to work is the way you want to go home. So safety.
Yes,
Safety is everything. And you need to treat people how you would want to be treated. So I
absolutely.
don't go in there like, because I'm an officer, yo, you need to sit down and shut up and it's my way. No,
No.
you go in there, you talk to people, and going in there calm, cool, and the same all the
Yes.
time, it makes it start coming to you saying, look, could you watch out for such and such cell because they've been
Yes.
acting like, or Officer Thompson, I'm gonna tell you something. Just go search. They wind up trusting you
Yes.
and everything. And when stuff tends to get overwhelming, the inmates will be like, "Yo, she having a bad day, so we just gonna be on her best behavior." Like they don't push you to the point. Now you have some officers come in there and they from the top, yo, go sit that ass down, and I'm not here for it today, and they don't give them what they want.
That's what
Prime example, they sent a guy a regular tray and he gets a kosher. Is nothing to say, hold on 1 minute, let me call the kitchen. But you have also to be like, well, that's what they send you, that's what you're getting.
and see.
And that causes problems.
Exactly. That was just what I was about to say. That right there causes
It's caused
problems.
problems. And it don't only cause problems for that officer,
Right.
it causes problems, it trickles down to whatever officer comes in
Comes next.
after that.
Yes.
So I just learned to be fair,
Firm.
firm,
Mm-hmm.
consistent all the time,
Yes.
and treat people how you want to be treated.
That's right.
Because any given day, you could be an inmate.
I say that all the time.
Any given day, you could go home, somebody did something to your kids.
And guess what?
You could be an inmate.
Yes.
You could be going home driving, somebody jump in front of your car, and you hit somebody. You didn't have to be drinking or nothing, but the law is always, they say innocent until proven
Guilty.
guilty,
Yeah.
but I'm a firm believer you're guilty until you prove yourself innocent.
Yes. Yes.
So,
That is a powerful statement right there. I
yes.
appreciate that. All right. So every facility has its own culture. What stands out to you the most about the culture where you came from compared to where you are now?
Mm. Where I was at was more of a family because you were with those people. Like you had a team and you were with those people holidays. You was more with them than you were with your own family.
Yes.
Where I'm at now, it's not that.
Mhm.
Like it's like everybody there to do their hours and just go
That's
home.
it.
It's like the morale is not as high. Like when I was on Rikers Island, the morale, when you first get there, you really don't know nobody.
Correct.
But then when you start seeing the same people all the time as
Yes.
officers, they become more like your sisters, your brothers. Prime example, I worked at Rikers Island and they kept saying, every time you get stuck, you like, okay, like who watches your kid? And I said, my mom watches my kid, my grandmother. So one guy said to me, you think your mama watch my kid? Mind you, my mom was a babysitter. That's
Okay.
what she did. So I
Oh.
got on the phone and I called my mom and I was like, Mom, I got an officer here who he's an officer, but his wife is a nurse.
Okay.
So they hours was
Yes.
crazy. So my mother said, yeah, it's not a problem. So he went, met my mom, went home and told his wife, and the next day the wife just dropped the baby off. Two kids, just dropped them off or whatever. And I was like, he was like, I dropped my kids off, my wife dropped the kids off or whatever. And I was like, for real? I said, you call? He was like, Your son is there. Why am I calling? I'm like, but you just left your kid. He was like, it's all right. And we wound up becoming like so tight.
Yes.
At the end of when I left like I did 9.5 years there. My mother had at least 15 correction officer babies. My mother daycare went from 9 to 5 to 24 hours.
Wow.
For 24 hours. So it would be times like I'll be at work and I'll call somebody who I know coming in late and be like, I didn't eat. Go by my mom. Oh, I already got your plate. Your mom already gave, and I got my plate too. And it just became so much of a family to where you don't have that where I'm at now.
Yes. And I definitely agree with you. I
And it really
definitely
hurts
agree.
because I went from working 8 to 16 hours on one day to where I come in and I'm working a 12 to 13 hour shift. And when people out, they don't call you to see, well, how you doing or whatever.
Right.
When you was on the island, if you were out, somebody's like, well, why they out? Well, let me call and check. They don't do that here.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
that's hard for me.
Yeah.
That's hard. So
Yeah. I definitely agree with that. A family, especially with the people that you're with the majority of your time. I always, when I do my interviews at work for new hires, I ask them, are you married? Do you have kids? Because this profession here is going to cause a lot of issues.
of
It's
course.
going to cause a lot of
And it's a lot
issues.
of time. It's
Yes.
a lot of time. And you gotta realize you're doing time.
Yes.
You'll say inmate leave and come
Come
back and they
back.
say, you
Still
still
here.
here? Like I worked where I'm at now 20 years ago. I came back. So this is my second time around with this facility. And I seen an inmate who was doing time back then. And he was like, here, Thompson, I want to ask you, was you here years ago? And I said, yes. He was like, oh, she don't play. She don't play. I remember. And I'm like, he was like, Dad, your time ain't up. And I sat and really think, you're actually doing time. The
Yeah.
only thing is you get to go home.
Home. Yes.
And you want to go
Absolutely.
home the same way you came back.
Absolutely. You bring so much experience. How do you think how do I put this? Your past shaped the way you guided or supported newer officers?
I try to talk to them. A lot of you new officers are younger.
Yes.
They're younger. So I try to instill some things like the job is not hard. It's not a hard job, but you have to have a heart to do
Yes.
it. It's not like the most problems you was gonna have. You might have a fight, like I said, dealing with mental ill people. You might have them yelling, cussing, flooding the toilets or whatever. But you'll get over that.
Yeah.
But you have, first of all, you have to come to work.
Yes.
You have to come to work. You have to be able to take criticism. Like you have to be, I want to say, teachable.
Okay.
Whether you're 9 or 90, you can learn something every day from different people. I
That's
can learn
right.
something from you. You can learn something from me.
Absolutely.
Because I have experience, I'm still learning, and I'm
Absolutely.
still willing to learn.
Yes.
But the newer generation coming up, it's like fighting with them just to teach them little simple things.
And I know this.
I know
did
this. I did this. And you doing it is, I mean, these inmates, they're going to tell you, you don't know what you're doing.
Exactly.
They're going to play on you because they see that you don't know what you're doing. You could come in there and don't know nothing, but if you're consistent and you confirm and you treat them with respect, they ain't going to know if you started 2 years or 2 days.
Exactly.
But a lot of them don't come in there with that. Like they come in there trying to prove something. You don't have to prove anything.
You don't.
It's going to fall. If you come in there, if your thing is stand for my head count and you say stand and down stand, don't worry about it, sir. Just take this lay down for the day. You don't have to be rude or you didn't stand for my. Mm-mm. Then they'll see.
Yes.
Then you're going to earn your stripes.
That's right.
You're going to earn your respect.
That's right.
And respect goes a long way.
It surely does.
Because they're locked down, they're still human.
That's right.
They're still human.
Yes. And when I first started, the bubbly person that I am now, I'm still the same bubbly person that I was then. But I used to have officers, especially female officers, that would say, "Oh, you're too nice," and this and this and that. But guess what?
You got your respect.
I got my respect.
You got your respect. I'm the same. When I first come, they be like, "Oh, she from my accent." They say I have an accent. "Oh, she from up top. She mean. She nasty." But if an inmate come and say, "Look, I've been trying to get a hold of my family, and something is wrong because every time I call, the phone is getting clicked off. Let me look into it because it might be something with your PIN
With your PIN number, exactly.
And if you give me a minute, I'ma try. And if it's 3 hours go by and they say, Miss Thompson, I said, wait a minute, what am I doing? You are. And before the end of my shift, I make sure I check that.
Yes.
They respect that. Whether I could say, well, the reason why you don't have no money, or the reason why was because your PIN number is messed up.
Yes.
So they respect that. Oh, she did look into it.
Yes.
She did. Miss Thompson, I've been trying to get to the nurse because they changed my medicine. Well, when the nurse come, we'll see.
Yes.
And the nurse say, well, I can't talk you that. Then I'll say in front of the inmate, well, when you finish your rounds, can I send them down? They either going to say yeah or no. If they say no, the inmate could say, well, Miss Thompson did her job.
Exactly.
When you give them that, I'm not doing it, or they already did, they like, all right, I'm going to give you a run for your money.
Yes.
And that's what they do.
Yes, absolutely.
That's what they do.
Absolutely. So when you look back on your journey from where you started to where you are now, what are you most proud of?
I'm just most proud of just seeing the transformation, just seeing like I'm coming in there and I'm helping people, whether they're inmates, whether they're staff. I'm a caring person, and I like to care for people.
Yes.
So if I come in there and I do my job and I could go home at the end of the day and said I helped one or two people, I'm content with that.
I love it.
I'm content with that. So if I go in there and an inmate is having a bad day, he just lost his mother or whatever, and he needs, so just go ahead in the multi-purpose room. Go ahead out to the yard by yourself. I'm telling the other inmates, leave him by himself. And they're like, that's not fair. You know how it is to lose his a parent or something. He just lost somebody. That inmate will come back and be like, thank you, I needed that. And that makes me feel good. I could go home at night and said I helped one person. A staff come in, oh, I can't, I'm here on my own call and this, that, and the other. Girl, make this money.
Yes.
Make this money.
Make the best of it.
That's it.
Yes.
You're gonna make the money and go home and what? Live your best life.
Exactly.
That's it. So I'm most proud of in there constantly helping people, constantly, seeing a change in the inmates. From you have some that come, I have seen some come in on the worst of the worst.
Yes.
Whether I ain't do it, like, and you sit there and say, well, you might not have gotten in trouble this time. It wasn't your fault. But think about the stuff that you did
in the past.
Or think about God is telling you to sit down and think about it. The people who you hanging with, you right, Thompson, because my mother told me don't hang out with that person. And that person that jammed you up.
That's right.
So God is telling you to, or higher power, whoever you believe in.
Whoever, exactly.
You believe in.
Exactly.
Is to take this time to think about it. And they come back and be like, you right. That makes my day. That completes me.
That is awesome.
So
I love it.
I think I'm here for a purpose.
Yes, absolutely. Powerful statement. So you had made a statement that resonated with me. And ever since you made that statement that one day during the class, I said, I kept trying to think about what it was that you said. And you said, I don't train humans.
Don't.
Tell me a little bit more about that statement. Where did it come from?
Because I hear people say train, oh, you train. We don't train. We teach. We learn from one another. You train an animal. You train an animal. You can't train people. You could teach them, but you can't train them.
I love it.
Train them is something like I'm gonna make you do it. I'm gonna force you. I'm gonna train my dog to use the potty. You don't train humans. You teach them. So that been a mindset for years. You can't train me. You could teach me. That resonated with me.
That statement was so powerful. Like I was like, ooh. And I kept thinking about it and thinking about it.
And even when they say that, we're going to put that girl with you to train. I said, I don't train people. I train animals. You can't train. You could teach them. Because if I'm training you, I'm kind of forcing you to do something that you might not even want to do.
Right.
But if I teach you, you might not want to do it. And be like, well, she did teach me this way and it works better for me this way. So I'm going to go with that.
I love it. See, like you
You sure?
said,
I thought you was going to say something else. That right there, because I say it all the time. I
yes,
say it all the time.
yes. Like I'm like you said, we learn something new every day.
Every
If
day.
you're not learning something new, then
That's because some people they don't want to learn, or they feel they too old to learn, or, girl, I want to learn something every day, whether
yes,
I'm learning from a staff member or an inmate.
yes,
Because let me tell you something, them inmates will teach you your job.
yes, they will.
They will teach you, and you don't even know they teaching
That's
you.
right.
You don't
That's
even
right.
know.
Yes, yes, yes,
If
yes.
you press that button and turn it to the right, the officer that trained you and tell you that, but that inmate that been
Yes.
studying it is going to say, she doing that wrong.
Wrong. Yes, yes. I remember one day I was doing a security round, and I couldn't see the inmate, and he was playing around. I cannot stand it when they like crouched at the doors, right? So I'm like standing on my tippy toes, trying to look through the doors and everything. So I looked through the crack, and one of the inmates, and this is like when I first started, he says, "Miss Askew, don't look at the crack at the doors because they might throw something at you."
Exactly.
But you know what? I'm so thankful for that. But I have not had, and I wish I had wood to knock on right now. I have not had that happen to me because I treat people
the way you want to be treated.
Yes, ma'am.
Now, I had one who was crazy, who he didn't stand for my count. And I told him, lay it down. And the inmate said, just lay it down. She'll let you out eventually. So he was like, you're not going to let me out? And I was like, no. As I walked past the cell, he threw something on it at me. I know it won't piss.
Right.
So I said, oh, you throwing stuff at me? Really? That's what we doing? So later on, the inmates was going to the cell and telling him, like, why would you do that or whatever? She would have let you out. He was like, nah, she ain't. They was like, if you don't know Thompson, that's how Thompson is. She only looking to make sure that you're a breathing body.
That's right.
And when the inmate said that, I said, what did you say? He said, I never knew why you made us stand up. And I said, he said, because some officers don't make us stand up.
Exactly.
He said, but on every shift, whether it's night, whether it's the morning shift, whatever shift, you make us stand. I said, because I'm looking for live, breathing bodies.
Exactly.
And when I make you stand and I come around and I'm looking and counting, I could see if you have a bruise, if you got a new tattoo. And they said, you be so mindful. And I said, yeah, because I want you to go home the same way you came in here.
Yes, absolutely. Absolutely.
Yeah, so it kind of worked both ways. I want to go home the same way I came, and I want inmates to go home the same way they came in.
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. So I have one more question to ask. So there was an incident where we had an emergency call, and when we made it down to the unit, we got everyone situated. You and I were both at the desk, and an officer makes a statement and says, "Well, I'm not done with my lunch break, so I'm leaving." How did that make you feel?
I was very upset with that. I was infuriated to the point where I wanted to snatch out, because at this time they calling for a reason.
Yes.
You don't know what the reason is. I wouldn't care if it was inmates fighting. At that point, you don't know.
Right.
Even though we got down there and it wasn't a bad situation,
Exactly.
but it could have went a bad situation. And just to say that, oh, I'm not finished with my lunch, it made me feel like if it was an officer in stress or distress, are you going to help that officer, or you worrying about your lunch?
Yeah.
Because at any given day, where we work at, you could take your food and eat it on your post.
Yes.
But to say that made me feel like, why are they even here? What's the purpose? Like, you don't care about your job.
Right.
And you don't care about the people you work for. Because that situation wasn't a bad situation, but you didn't even wait for the higher ups to clear you. You just said, I ain't finished with my lunch. So if that was the case, why did you even respond? So it really made me really think twice of who I'm working with.
Yeah.
And who's really gonna have my back.
Yeah.
And at no given time you should have to worry about that. You already have to worry about the inmates. But to worry if it's an alarm, who's gonna respond and who's gonna have my back?
Yes.
That hurted me. It really did.
Yeah, I felt that. And that's why I said, you know what, why don't you go ahead and go to lunch? But we were both sitting there saying, no, you go, no, you go, you go.
Right,
But
right.
because we
And
both
we
know
stayed.
exactly.
And guess what the inmate said? If it was one of y'all that came up there, this wouldn't have never happened.
Yes, yes.
And all he wanted was a shower.
Exactly.
That's all he wanted. So he caused all that chaos
For a shower.
just for a shower. That anybody could have gave him a shower.
Absolutely.
So that my thing is everybody's not mindful. And
Mhm.
a lot of people take it as I'ma just go in there, I'm gonna get this money. Well, all money ain't good money.
That's right.
And if you ain't there for what you're supposed to be there, care, custody, and control, then don't even bother.
Exactly. You do not even need to be
Because you
here.
put other people's lives in liability, and you put other people's lives at stake.
Yes, absolutely.
So, yeah.
Well, Miss Thompson, I thank you so much. Like, I
Thank
thank you so
you.
much for taking your time out of your day and
Thank
coming
you.
out to be with me on Beyond the Badge. I mean, like your experiences, your story, that is what really makes Beyond the Badge. And I love just having this conversation with you because
Thank you so
I
much.
I learned something new.
Thank you. Thank you. And I want to appreciate you because when I came on board, you knew this was my second time around. And you opened your arms. Like, if you need anything, and you don't get that all the time. So I think that's a lot that push people. They want to do it, but if they
Yes.
come and they don't feel comfortable enough, then that pushes them away too.
Away, yes.
So I try to be open and like that too. So thank you.
Yes, ma'am, you are certainly welcome.
Thank you.
And leave me a hug. Mwah. Thank you so much. And folks, there you have it. This is what makes Beyond the Badge women like Miss Thompson here with their strength, their resilience, and heart all in one. Thank you so much. See you next time.